if you were to stand up on a stage right now and give the 5-minute overview of what femmebought is today, give it to us.
Yeah. Okay, my elevator pitch.
Yeah, give the elevator. Let's hear it.
Yeah, so we're in and at our core, we are a community. But what that community is an online platform, an online women's business directory that's global. We're in over 100 cities, over 10 countries, and then we are an education hub. And that education hub has two main components. One is our very strong focus on funding education. So how do you build a business and how do you get money for it? And that can be, you put your own money in, you get a loan, you get a grant, you get venture capital dollars, and why you should and shouldn't be doing that, and the education around that, has quite sophisticated lending and securities underpinnings and all of that. And so that's not something that every person has that background. And so we felt, and my directors who are also have similar backgrounds to me, we felt like that's where we can offer a lot of value to people that they don't necessarily otherwise get, and break it down, essentially translate from, very difficult concepts to English and entrepreneur speak.
Okay.
And so that's one component of the education. The other component of the education is just your basic everyday needs, like business 101 stuff, like where do I go to get a bank account? Do I need a bank account? How do I get registered? How do I do SEO? How do I do an email funnel? And I've got some funny stories about email funnels if you, if you ever want to know.
Okay.
They're easy to screw up.
Right, exactly. And these services, the two that you're describing so far now, is that I get that information for free, or do I have to sign up? Do I have to pay for it? How does that work?
Yeah, so we're membership based, and we have different tiers of membership, but keeping in mind that it's membership based as in you get all of these services, but the directory is free to the public.
Okay.
So always open to the public. The idea is you want to find a person to clean your house, we've got it. You need somebody to cut your hair, we've got it. And so you come, and we're essentially getting the brands out there, helping the consumer conscience in terms of awareness. So that free to the public portion, then there's all of the things behind that, which is we promote. We do a lot of promotion of our members on social media and to our community, because our community at large is made up of entrepreneurs and people who support entrepreneurs. 700 members in the directory, 10,000 people who are supporters around the globe. And you need them both. And then we've got corporate partners and sponsors and supporters and who help us and work with us as a collective, essentially, to provide negotiated rates to our members that are beneficial. Like, you think of, there's a lot of different groups out there negotiating on behalf of a collective. We do that for our members, and they get incredibly valuable services at much lower rates without. Our rule is you can't compromise on the service. So just if you give it to us at a discounted rate, it still needs to be that caliber. But when you think about what it is that we're offering, and we offer that to anyone who's a member, which we just extended membership to include emerging entrepreneurs, to include allies, so supporters. Let's say you wanted to support femmebought, you could become a member. You can't be on the directory. We don't necessarily showcase your business per se as a member of the directory, but we might say and do a shout out to you or on social media saying thank you for being a supporter of femmebought. and you'd get access to some of our trainings and meetups and things like that, which it just and you can have some like a designation that's proudly femmebought that you can put on your website showing that you support women entrepreneurs. So we're very much of the mindset that our supporter community is very important in terms of fostering our member base.
Wow. I mean, it sounds like a lot for you to juggle. What's the team size now? Because it's been in business for what, you've been in business for 3 years, 2 years?
So we registered on LinkedIn a few years ago, and so it shows up as a little bit more mature than it is. We officially launched in August of 2018, so
Okay.
we're going to come up on 2 years in August, and so that's pretty exciting.
Nice. How many
milestone.
employees or volunteers, or what's the team look like?
Yeah, so I'll say pre-COVID, and we'll get back to COVID because right now, everything's
I
at a
hear
bit of
you.
a standstill with events. Although we are doing a virtual gala, so I'm pretty excited. Get your
Oh, cool.
dancing shoes on.
What? Are you serious? Virtual gala?
Yeah.
Now, how's that gonna? All right. You'd need to like get your TV plugged in with like a camera in your living room. I'm just thinking that through. Anyway, let's come back to the gala.
We'll come back to that. So, with all our volunteers, we had about 25 people that were working on different things. I mean, not full time.
Yeah.
In terms of contractors and people supporting us, there were about 10 of us who kind of were dedicated, and most of the people who work with us either work most of their time with someone else or are full-time employees elsewhere and just doing this on the side. And then we have a huge volunteer team because our events are over 100 people, and we like to have a good volunteer team that can just make it really seamless and a really, really nice experience where people are networking meaningfully, where it's not just, if we see somebody standing by themselves, we try to introduce them to someone else. We want it to be a really good experience, and then ensuring that kind of our content is always, we'll have founders, we'll have funders, investors, and then we'll have industry experts on whatever topic that we're covering to give people a sense of really how to be a business.
When you think about other organizations like EO, Entrepreneurs Organization, or Vistage, or all the rest of these groups and organizations you can join to be around, or YPO, or all this other stuff. Yours is a little bit different because it's women focused, number one, and because it also provides not just collaboration and gatherings, but true services you can sign up for. Does that sound right? Does that sound right?
That's exactly right. That and one other nuance is, a lot of times what people appreciate about us is that we're not your typical trade association. So it's not the same people over and over again. You're really networking. Like a website developer doesn't always hire another web developer, but they will hire a brand specialist or a copywriter. And so we actually, by the way we set ourselves up intentionally, is to have the opportunity for people to do business together.
I see. Okay, I like it. Great. The Riderflex podcast features entrepreneurs, business executives, and the stories behind how they got there, as well as daily tips on career advice and job interviews. Our show can be heard just about anywhere these days, but you can visit riderflex.com and click on the podcast page to hear all the previous episodes and learn more about the recruiting and consulting services we provide. Contact us at the email address info@riderflex.com or 888-964-5876. Thanks so much for listening, and if you enjoy our show, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and like the episodes.